What does it mean when your presence alone feels like a storm brewing? Imagine walking into a bustling office kitchen. Conversations halt mid-sentence. Eyes flicker towards you, then away. You pour your coffee, say nothing, and the tension lingers until you leave. This isn't fiction. It's the reality for many whose auras radiate an unshakable inner authority. Carl Jung believed that presence isn't about volume, it's about psychic density. A person who has integrated their unconscious, their fears, desires, and unresolved wounds projects a coherence that others unconsciously register. Think of it as a gravitational pull. When you've confronted your shadow, you stop leaking fragmented energy. You become whole, and that wholeness destabilizes those still clinging to masks. Consider Maya, a mid-level manager known for her quiet intensity. Colleagues describe her as approachable but intimidating. During team meetings, junior employees fidget under her gaze, not because she's harsh, but because her stillness exposes their own self-doubt. One intern confessed, "When she walks in, I suddenly feel like I'm not trying hard enough." Maya's aura isn't hostile, it's a mirror. Jung called this the transcendent function, the way our psyche interacts with others' unconscious. Her silence amplifies what others suppress, leaving them scrambling to fill the void with small talk or distraction. This isn't about superiority, it's about resonance. Most people operate at a frequency of survival, pleasing, performing, pretending. A powerful aura vibrates at a deeper pitch, one that shakes the foundations of superficiality. It's why strangers avoid eye contact with you, or why loved ones accuse you of being too intense. You're not broken. You're simply tuned to a channel most fear to switch to. To navigate this, Jung urged individuation, the lifelong process of peeling back layers of conditioning. The more you reclaim your disowned parts, the anger, grief, or ambition society told you to bury, the stronger your aura becomes. And with strength comes disruption. But remember, discomfort is the price of authenticity. Those who label you too much are often the ones terrified of their own unmet potential. Why do strangers confide in you while others call you arrogant without cause? Picture this. You're on a flight, minding your own business. The passenger beside you spills their life story, divorce, addiction, existential dread, within minutes. Or maybe at a party, someone you barely know accuses you of judging them when you haven't spoken all night. These aren't random quirks. They're hallmarks of a psyche that acts as a psychic screen, reflecting others' hidden truths. Jung's theory of projection explains this phenomenon. We unconsciously assign our repressed emotions onto others. But when your aura is powerful, it becomes a lightning rod. You don't absorb their pain, you amplify it. Take James, a therapist who began noticing a pattern. Friends labeled him too spiritual, yet he never mentioned meditation or crystals. The truth? His grounded presence forced others to confront their own spiritual emptiness. One friend snapped, "You think you're better than us," a classic projection of insecurity. This duality, admiration and envy, is inevitable. To those awakening, you're a beacon. To those asleep, you're a threat. Jung warned that everything that irritates us about others leads us to understand ourselves. When a colleague calls you aloof, they may be grappling with their own isolation. When a partner accuses you of emotional detachment, they might fear their own vulnerability. But how do you protect yourself without closing off? Jung's answer was self-reflection. When someone projects onto you, ask, what part of themselves are they refusing to see? This isn't about blame, it's about clarity. You can't control their reaction, but you can refuse to internalize it. A modern example: social media influencers with aesthetic lives often attract vitriol. Critics sneer, "They're fake." Yet the rage often stems from the critic's own unmet desires. A powerful aura, online or offline, forces a collision between illusion and reality. The key is to stay rooted. As Jung wrote, "I would rather be whole than good." Your job isn't to dilute your light, it's to let it shine without apology. Why do people bare their souls to you or lash out the moment you meet? Have you ever had a barista burst into tears while handing you your latte? Or a stranger on the subway snap, "Why are you staring at me?" without provocation? These extremes, confession or hostility, are telltale signs of an aura that stirs the unconscious. Jung called the unconscious a storehouse of forgotten truths. When someone with a powerful aura enters a space, they act as a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency that loosens buried emotions. Consider Lila, a nurse who noticed patients shared intimate secrets during routine checkups. One man, normally stoic, sobbed, "I've never told anyone this," mid-blood pressure test. Lila hadn't asked probing questions. Her calm, centered energy simply made repression feel unbearable. But this power cuts both ways. At a family gathering, Lila's uncle sneered, "You think you're so enlightened, don't you?" after she declined to gossip. His aggression wasn't about her, it was about his own shame. Jung noted that the shadow is prone to projection. Your aura doesn't cause their pain, it illuminates it. Modern life thrives on emotional flatness. We numb, distract, and avoid. A powerful aura disrupts this equilibrium, forcing others to feel what they've buried. Some will thank you, others will resent you. Neither defines you. Jung advised, "Your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Why do shallow interactions feel physically draining, and why can't you just play along? Imagine a corporate happy hour. Coworkers trade sarcastic quips about their toxic bosses and midlife crises. You nod, smile politely, and retreat early. Later, someone jokes, "You're always so serious," as if levity is a moral obligation. This isn't just personality clash, it's aura-level incompatibility. Jung dissected the persona, the mask we wear to fit societal scripts. Most leave entirely within this facade, mistaking it for identity. But a powerful aura rejects artifice. It doesn't just dislike small talk, it cannot sustain it. Think of Alex, a marketing executive who quit his job after a breakdown. Reconnecting with his love of painting, he began emanating a quiet joy that unsettled old friends. Invitations dwindled. One ex remarked, "You've become weirdly intense." Translation: "Your authenticity exposed my performance." This repulsion isn't personal, it's evolutionary. Superficiality thrives in groups, depth stands alone. Jung warned that the mass crushes out the insignia of individuality. To survive, the herd mocks what it cannot comprehend. But every time you choose depth over approval, you carve a path for others to follow, even if they resist. Why does the mood shift when you walk into a space, as if the air itself recalibrates? Picture a tense family dinner, arguments simmer, then you arrive, conversations pause, shoulders relax, or the opposite. A lively party turns awkwardly silent. This isn't paranoia. It's your aura's resonance interacting with the collective unconscious. Jung believed we're all interconnected through archetypes: the warrior, the healer, the sage. A powerful aura activates these primal codes in others. Consider Elena, a teacher whose students grow eerily quiet when she enters the classroom, not out of fear, but reverence. Her energy embodies the wise mentor archetype, triggering an unconscious respect. Conversely, At a networking event, her presence made a boastful CEO pivot to small talk. Her calm coherence destabilized his ego performance. This isn't magic, it's psychology. Our bodies detect energy before our minds catch up. Animals and children sense it instantly. Adults mask their reactions with stories like, "There's just something about you." Jung called this the participation mystique, the invisible threads binding human experience. Your aura doesn't just occupy space, it reshapes it. Why do narcissists and manipulators orbit your life, then paint you as the villain? Meet Daniel, a nonprofit founder who attracted a fan who later smeared him online. The attacker accused Daniel of arrogance despite his humility. Jungian analysts call this negative transference, the weak projecting their shadow onto the strong. Toxic individuals lack inner light, so they leech yours or destroy it. Jung warned that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Toxic people are unconscious. They crave your stability, integrity, or peace, but lack the tools to build it. So they either idealize you, then resent you, or vilify you. This isn't your fault. It's their pathology. Protection isn't about walls. It's about filters. Daniel now screens collaborators for energy vampires by asking, do they give back? Do they grow around me? Or shrink? A powerful aura without boundaries is a beacon for exploitation. With clarity, it becomes impenetrable. Why do stray dogs follow you home, or toddlers stare with unblinking curiosity? At a park, a stray dog approaches you, tail wagging. Friends marvel, they never do that. Or a baby beams at you during a flight, as if recognizing an old soul. Jung linked this to the divine child archetype, the uncorrupted self within us all. Children and animals bypass personas, they read energy. Take Priya, a writer who volunteers at an animal shelter. Staff call her the dog whisperer, yet she does nothing special. Her aura, forged through grief and shadow work, radiates safety. Rescues flock to her, not because she's kind, though she is, but because her energy whispers, "You're safe to be broken here." In a world of curated Instagram lives, this rawness is rare. Jung wrote, "The paradox is one of the most vital aspects of the human psyche. Your aura doesn't impress, it reveals, and those closest to innocence feel it first." Why does your refusal to apologize for existing make people rage quit conversations? Remember the last time you refused to shrink? Maybe you voiced an unpopular opinion without hedging, or declined a favor without explanation. Later, someone accused you of being unkind, but you weren't cruel, you were free. Jung declared, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." That privilege alienates the herd. Most equate belonging with obedience. When you break that pact, you threaten their entire worldview. Consider Marcus, a CEO who ditched LinkedIn hustle culture to prioritize mental health. Former peers mocked him until their burnout forced them to reconsider. Your aura's final test is independence. It's not rebellion, it's sovereignty. You no longer trade pieces of yourself for acceptance. And in a world addicted to control, that autonomy is revolutionary. Why do some people leave your presence feeling revitalized, while others feel strangely exhausted, even after a brief interaction? Imagine leaving a conversation where someone said nothing profound, yet you feel lighter, as if a weight lifted. Conversely, think of interactions where you walked away emotionally depleted, as if your energy had been quietly siphoned. This duality isn't random. It's a hallmark of a powerful aura interacting with others' unresolved inner states. Carl Jung emphasized that human psyches operate like interconnected fields of energy. When your aura is strong, it doesn't just exist, it collides with others. Those aligned with authenticity and growth absorb your coherence like sunlight, feeling inspired and grounded. But those clinging to fragmentation, unresolved trauma, repressed emotions, or denial experience your presence as a destabilizing force. Your stability amplifies their instability, leaving them drained. Modern example: Priya, a trauma counselor, noticed that clients often wept during sessions, not because she probed, but because her calm, centered aura made their buried pain surface. One client confessed, "Just being here makes me realize how much I've ignored." Priya's energy wasn't too much, it was a tuning fork for truth. Conversely, a colleague who thrived on drama began avoiding her, later admitting, "You make me feel like I'm faking everything." This isn't about superiority, it's about resonance. Jung wrote, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." Protect your energy by discerning who aligns with your frequency and who seeks to leech it. Why do strangers confess their deepest regrets to you or accuse you of arrogance without provocation? Picture this. A stranger shares a confession they've never told anyone. "I hate my job." "I'm terrified of dying." "I've never felt loved." Or a friend lashes out, "You think you're better than us," without cause. These reactions aren't about you. They're about the unconscious truths your aura illuminates. Jung's theory of psychological projection explains this. People unconsciously assign their repressed emotions to others. A powerful aura acts as a mirror, reflecting what others avoid. Consider Alex, a teacher who avoided social media until friends accused him of looking down on us for not posting selfies. Their defensiveness wasn't about Alex's choices, it was about their own insecurity around validation. This dynamic intensifies in groups. At a family reunion, Maya, a therapist, listened as relatives gossiped about a cousin's divorce. When she remained silent, one snapped, "You're so judgmental." Maya hadn't spoken. Her calm presence simply made their cruelty unbearable. Jung warned that everything that irritates us about others leads us to understand ourselves. Those who label you too intense often fear their own unmet potential. Modern example: influencers with authentic brands attract both admiration and vitriol. Critics sneer, "You're fake," while secretly craving the courage to live unfiltered. A powerful aura forces a collision between illusion and reality. Stay rooted. As Jung wrote, "I would rather be whole than good." Let your light shine without apology. Final note. A powerful aura isn't a curse, it's a calling. It demands stewardship, not pride. As Jung wrote, "Your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Protect your energy, serve your truth, and let the world tremble or awaken."
Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was insightful and educative. If you like this video, do well to click like, share, and subscribe for more insightful videos like this. See you later. Bye.